Hey, what's up, Crew 78?
Hey, so it's been a few weeks. We had remote, then we had Thanksgiving, we had some technical difficulties, so it's just been a little crazy, like a lot of things, I think. But we're back. We're back. And fingers crossed everything goes okay, right? Okay, so a couple of things, a couple of housekeeping things, I guess we can call it. We sent a link out to your parents for a fun game. This is a game, and we're going to call it Where's the Crew? Kind of like a Where's Waldo. This is a game that you guys can take a week to do until from this week until next week, I suppose. But there's a prize involved. So basically what we've done is Paul and I have gone all over Hiawatha, and we've found random spots, and we've like hidden ourselves kind of like Waldo does. And it's up to you and your family to find us. Find us. See if you can find where we have been. And if you really want to have fun with it, you can recreate those pictures. Take those pictures with yourselves. Take them with your family. We would love to see a couple of them. Send them to us. You can have your parents send us a text message to them. You can email them to us. However you want to let us see them. We would love to see it. We would love to be able to get you guys a prize on your porch. So let's play a little bit of Where's Waldo / Where's the Crew. We'd love to see you. Then up next, you're going to watch a video. You're going to get to hear our last week of talking about Zacchaeus. This week is really cool. It kind of wraps up the whole series, and it talks about how it's personal, which is what our series has been about how it's personable and about how Jesus makes things personable. And what's really cool is he talks about how people can change and how sometimes we struggle with how we change and how are we okay with change and what does Jesus feel about change, and how the story of Zacchaeus really helps us to wrap our mind around that. And I just thought that I would give you guys a little sneak peek about change and whether or not you guys think, I don't know, has Paul and Rachel changed any? Well, let's just take a little look-see and see if Paul and Rachel have done any changing. Oh, wait, I'm just kidding. That's not us. Well, do you guys think we look any different?
Yeah, it's about the same.
Do you think we look the same? I mean, we're pretty cute, right? That's us in 7th grade. Such cuties. We're so cute. Oh, they're so cute. I think that we probably look a little different. What do you guys think? We look a little different. But that's physically, right? We look physically different. But what about our personalities? Do you think our personalities are the same as they were when we were in middle school? I don't know. I think we're probably a little different. I think we've probably gained some knowledge over the years. Maybe. I don't know. The thing is, we'll see. We'll get to hear this story. We'll get to listen to this video and see what Jesus thinks about change. All right. Well, you guys are loved, and we'll talk soon.
Wow, look at this. This right here is 7th grade Marquise. All right, this is me before, this is after, although you see me right now. This is who I am, a lot less hair, but this is the 7th grade version of me. I love looking at this photo as I look back at it. As a matter of fact, I love looking at my before and afters when it comes to my life, especially that photo, because before football, I was kind of, just shy and just thought about myself and didn't think people would like me or even accept me. But then I found football. And after I found football, my life changed for the better. I found friends that I'm still friends with today. I found coaches that still are mentors for me today. And I found a brotherhood, which I thought would never be possible for me. You see, I think we all love a good before and after because if we're honest, most of us assume that people, well, they can't change. We think we're all just sort of the way we are for better or for worse. You think your sister will never stop borrowing your stuff without asking. Your brother will always be annoyed with you. Your parents will never be less strict with the rules in your house. Maybe your best friend will always be talkative. Your coach will never stop yelling. You see, that bully on your team will always be a bully. Whoever it is, we see those people and often think that they're not capable of change. And truth be told, I think a lot of us apply this same line of thinking to ourselves as well. If you're anything like me, you might want to change something about yourself, but you think it's too hard or maybe even impossible. Sometimes not changing could be good though, especially if things are going pretty great for us. When we're making good grades or killing it on the team or dating someone awesome or surrounded by amazing friends, that's when we don't mind if things stay the way that they are. But when things are hard, when we're struggling with anxiety or failing math or fighting with a best friend or trying to cover up a bad decision or choice, well then we feel like things will never change. Maybe you feel this because of the circumstances that you're in. It's where you live, or the tensions in your family, or the illness you're battling, or the fact that your family doesn't have a lot of money. Those sorts of things feel difficult to change because for the most part, you can't control them. You didn't choose them, and you can't do much to make them different. Or maybe you feel this way because of the fact that you're in school. The adults in your life still seem to have a lot of control in your world. They get to decide a lot of things that impact your life, like your curfew, if you're allowed to have a phone, who you can hang out with after school. Right now, it feels like you don't have the power to change much of anything at all. Maybe you feel this way because of mistakes you've made. You've lied, you've cheated, you've covered up bad choices, and now you feel like those things define you. Like you'll never be able to change or move on from those mistakes. Or maybe you feel this way because of what you see in other people. Your mom, your dad, your best friend, your older brother haven't been able to change, and you've been told a million times that things will be different. But well, they're not. Nothing has changed. And eventually you start to wonder if change is even possible. If those people can't change, why should we think anybody can change? You see what I mean? We all just sort of operate under this idea that things just are the way they are. And because of that, whether we realize it or not, we're saying that we believe nothing else is possible. All this brings us back to the story of Zacchaeus. Over the last few weeks, we've been talking through an encounter Zacchaeus had with Jesus. Just to review, Zacchaeus was a guy with a bad reputation. He was a tax collector, which back then meant he was a really bad guy. He cheated, he lied, he stole, and all that made him the kind of guy nobody wanted to hang out with. In most everyone's eyes, Zacchaeus was a bad guy who was just never going to change. But then, Zacchaeus had a personal experience with Jesus. As you might remember, Jesus spotted Zacchaeus up in a tree. Out of the entire crowd, he noticed Zacchaeus. Then, Jesus went over to him, called him by name, and even invited himself over to Zacchaeus' house. Now, of course, people were shocked. Look back at what they said in response to Jesus' interaction with Zacchaeus. All the people saw this and began to mutter, "He has gone to be the guest of a sinner." So obviously, this crowd thought Zacchaeus was a sinner. And it seems like they thought this was all he would ever be. Because of that, Jesus shouldn't want to be in his home, right? He shouldn't want anything to do with Zacchaeus. But as you might remember, Jesus made it personal by stepping into love and getting to know Zacchaeus, regardless of what other people, and even Zacchaeus himself, might have thought. And look at what happened as a result. But Zacchaeus stood up and said to the Lord, "Look, Lord, here and now I give half of my possessions to the poor. And if I have cheated anybody out of anything, I will pay back 4 times the amount." Jesus said to him, "Today salvation has come to this house, because this man too is a son of Abraham. For the Son of Man came to seek and to save the lost." Talk about change. In this short interaction, Jesus didn't say much. He didn't give Zacchaeus a lecture or preach a sermon. He didn't call him out for his mistakes. He didn't limit Zacchaeus to the sum of his bad choices. Instead, Jesus treated Zacchaeus like a person he cared about, a person he knew by name, a person he wanted to hang out with, a person with the potential to change. And that changed everything. Because of what Jesus did for him, Zacchaeus was able to change. He offered to not just pay everyone back, but give them at least 4 times what he stole from them. His personal encounter with Jesus changed his life. And then it changed his relationship with the people around him. Zacchaeus was now someone who was committed to making things right. That was a change. And here's what I think is so cool about this story. Jesus didn't wait to approach Zacchaeus until after he changed. He looked at Zacchaeus before and saw his potential to change. And he looks at us the same way. See, it's personal because Jesus knows your potential. He knows that no matter who you are, how old you are, what circumstances you are in, or what things you've done, you have the potential to change. Your life can change. Things can be different. You have the potential to change. So, what does that mean? Well, for starters, if you want to see change happen, the first thing you should do is start hanging out with Jesus. When Jesus spent time with Zacchaeus, it got personal. It helped him change. And it can do the same for us. If you want to see change in your life, start by spending time with Jesus. This can happen all kinds of ways, through prayer, through worship, journaling, reading your Bible, spending time at church, or talking to your group leader. However you choose to do it, I can promise you that spending time with Jesus will help you change. Then, look around at the people Jesus has put in your life. How can you help them see their potential? How can you encourage them to change? Remember, it's personal because Jesus knows your potential. And that's true not just for you, but for the people around you too. So, who in your life have you viewed like Zacchaeus? Who have you believed just can't change? This week, take a step to change the way you see them. Pray that Jesus would help you see their potential. Ask him to make it personal with them like he has for you. Ask him to help you be a voice of encouragement toward change in their life. Because just like Jesus made it personal for us, he wants us to make it personal to others. Remember, there is no age restriction for change to happen. You have so much potential right now. There's no limit. You simply have to start believing change is possible. Zacchaeus climbed a tree to see Jesus, and something significant took place when he did that. It got personal. His life changed. And the same can be true of us. When we step toward Jesus, we open ourselves up to the potential of big change. It's personal because Jesus knows your potential. And there's someone else Jesus has put in your life that knows your potential too. Your group leader. They want to know you, like really know you, and they already love you. And they show up every week because they want to encourage you to fulfill the potential Jesus sees in you. So as you go to group, think about this question. What's one thing I want to change in my life?